Hello, we are back. This is lesson 36. You are a witness, to the journey that well, my brother Steve Henry is here, and he is the guide along the journey to find the spirits inside. And I am participating in the journey. So here we go. Have a good one. How are you, Steve?
I'm just great. How are you? What you mean participating in the journey? You are the
What
recipient.
does okay?
You are the recipient of the journey. Now, if think about this, I don't care who or where there is in all of creation. They got to come through this pathway to get to here. This thing is inside of us. People, they started bringing out the caveman days one by one, lighting it up. I'm at the other end, but this ain't it now. Because you can't get to the other end till you go on the other side of Jeff Bezos and them, right?
Okay.
But you can't get there without crossing all the things between you and them right now, right?
Okay.
It's just like the numbers. If you can't get from here to there in that line, all these things are hooked together. It's like that a graph. It's like everything in that graph, that house. Okay, now, once I open one of those windows, how can I close it? So you open the window for you. But by you opening it, every time I come to you, that's what we're talking about. Anyone who see this from that, and I'm talking with all the characters here, they got to come to your spot inside of you. You know why?
Why?
Only you and I are in this spot. The only thing they can see is what I'm showing my sister, and I can only show my sister what's inside of my house, the rightful place for them to be. I can't show you what's inside of your house. You call me, I have to switch over to your window. But when I call you, we got to be here, right?
Okay.
They're two different windows, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I call you, I got something I want to say or show to you, right?
Yes.
Call me, can I do it from the same window? From inside of you, you looking out. You want to say or do whatever you want to do. I'm not there. I'm only there when you call me. But when I call you, I'm calling you to me, right?
Okay.
If I'm talking from inside of me, I'm showing you what's inside of me, right? It's painting you the picture of what's inside of me in that spot right there. But when you putting out a picture, would it be the same one?
No.
It's a different window. That's what all of us got a different window. When you hear Barry White's voice, if it's in my conversation, I could say the word, it automatically switched to who?
Very well.
That's right. You know him, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the things are connected together, see? Like the thing that I'm doing, I had to go back and start from the beginning, like talking to my daughter on that Facebook page. And I got to talk to her every day because every day the clock ticked. I don't have to post it every day, but I got to say something to keep going along with it, right? I opened it. I didn't open it for you. It's just like the picture thing. If you don't change the pictures, I mean, I can't stay back there where I be. So the thing moving on, moving the pictures to the thing. Now, because if the pictures, well, what happens is what happens. When it don't happen, that means someone didn't see it, right?
Right.
You can't make it. It's like the numbers. You can't make them be where they're right where they are. When you see 1, 2, 3, that means it's there. You can't say see the 1, 2, 3 and guess it's gonna be a 7, 8, 9. You know, you gotta, because once you've done something, like I was telling you about the seed, you gotta do the one little thing. You don't even think about it. That's why it said fourth mark. You put the thing in the seed in the ground. In other words, you tell the thing that you see, and you go to sleep on about your own business. It brings forth fruit of itself. It's gonna do its own thing. First the blade, then the ear. That's the thing on the Facebook page. The life is already inside of everything because it's already done, right?
Mhm.
You're gonna do something that's already done. Is it gonna be the way you project it, or is it gonna be like it is? Our thing here, you got to pass through all these things out here. Everything between here and Jeff Bezos sending them people off to space today. Ain't nothing new can come. Does it come over there, right?
Right.
Okay, and your thing, anything you put in the ground, in other words, you see something here, it can't change. If I show you what it said in the Bible somewhere, can that ever change?
No.
You just can't. Can you just read down through it and make any sense out of it? The different people showing different things. You probably can use some of these things, but it's got to be something from the inside. And anything you give them out in the world is all that's false. It was rejected, the spirit out there. That's why it's out there. It can't be inside. And that's what the Bible tells you. The ones that can't be inside, they rejected on the outside. And you got to turn away from, they lured you outside of your skin. The ones out there, hey, come on, be a doctor. When it went from inside, what good that's going to do you? You worked all your life being a doctor. You was out of character. Somebody wanted you to be a doctor. But the ones who, you see the little kid taking care of the animals and birds, little things, he's showing you what he want to do when he's little. But you teach him to be a heart surgeon. He's out of character, so he's just going to be a heart surgeon who's forgotten about, dead and in the grave. But when the one is drawn there from the inside, he bring the next generation. That's what tells he was drawn there. He could see it. Can you bring the next generation to something you can't see?
No.
Okay, but once you see it, you ain't got no choice but to show it, right? Or it won't be seen. Mm-hmm. So anytime you do something, and see, this is a totally different window. You're looking for something to plant a seed in this window, whoever listens. When you see something, you know it can't be disputed because it's in your heart. You see it right in the gospel truth. You put it out there every time and go on about your business. They'll catch up with you. But if you don't put them out there, they'll forget you. You can't see it. And you think people can look in here, they ain't gonna see nothing no different than what you're seeing because it's me and you talking. Right? If I'm showing you the numbers, how can I go over there and show them to somebody else different? Because they won't be able to find them, right?
Right.
And what makes us find them, we all see them inside the same. We all see the numbers inside the same. Do we have a problem?
No.
Now, this makes me feel bad for the people when I come up. There was only a few could count. I taught a lot of old people how to count. They're hard to teach, but you got to kind of, you got to show them how to count. You show them how to get to 52. So they were trying to make a living because they got rid of the cotton and stuff, and then they had to pull a tomato plant. You got to count how many go in the bomb. So I had to devise some plans for them. I was their buddy. I've been going at it ever since. But anyway, we're gonna do the fifth chapter. The fifth chapter of St. Luke.
We just did the fifth chapter, sixth chapter.
We're gonna do the sixth, and after that, we're gonna do 7 and 8. That's St. Luke. But they gotta come in that order. The reason why I know the story, it can't change. I've been knowing them all my life. And I know where they got to blend into the story. If it don't fit into what I'm talking about, can you tell they're from the same house?
No.
But if it fits in, you know what's happening, right? In other words, when you're making a conversation, one word out of place, ain't everybody following it gonna know it.
Yeah.
If you hear a song from Whitney Houston or anybody, and one of the bars missing or one of the words change around, ain't everybody gonna automatically know it?
Should, yeah.
I mean, no, you ain't got to remember. It's a thing. It's like a playing music. You don't learn it. It's always going on like the planes in the air. Every time something comes to the plant, that's already happened. When you go to it, it's a character in a window. When you go to the airport, that comes just out of a character. When you go there, you use it, but it be going all the time, somewhere. It's just like, the light always somewhere. Just you have to do it when you're there. Driving is always happening. You just don't start when you go get in the car. You know that, right? But you'll be surprised at the people that don't know that. I mean, I was shocked. But I know what got them. You just can't go backward. Just don't take the children back. Raise the seed. The seed, God put the seed inside the children. They're gonna bring, listen, you can't shield them from the internet. That's the way we going. How you gonna shield them from Facebook? That's the way you leave. It's a spiritual thing. How you gonna stay behind and go to? You can tell you're staying behind because you don't see nothing changing. You're going around the same spot, same chair to the same table. You got to elevate above that whole crowd of table. All that got to be everything around the table now. It's got to be. You see, remember the first graph we do the gospel truth of Christ. All of I said 144,000 around all the little windows.
Mm-hmm.
You back there with that. That's inside of us, right? And then the gospel truth of Christ. After you can't go to the Bible, but it's inside of you. You know, anytime you're not moving, what does that mean? You're gonna get there if you wait.
No.
But anytime you move it, that means you're getting somewhere, right?
Yeah.
There's no one inside of each of our spiritual beings but who? And the thing is, everywhere you look around the world, somebody's showing what they see inside. That's how you know it, right? You think they show what somebody else see? When you show what somebody else see, whose window is you working on? Yours or theirs?
Theirs.
Don't nobody see what you see from right here but you. But you see it without a doubt, right?
Okay.
You got a video with it in your own possession forever, right?
Yeah.
And they stack it up. Look like to me, I heard you say 30 something. I didn't see but 20 something on the thing. And like I said, I'm not there. I mean, I'm glad to see you there because that means I don't have somebody can. Once a person see it, that's all you can ask for. But when they can't see it, what good that's going to do? See, you show one, which I show you. When you see it, not the thing that I'm doing. And that started with this mass thing here. Nobody on the planet, I keep telling you, I don't know what you're doing. But I know, I see you got the thing stacking up on YouTube. But I think you don't know something. If it get a whole bunch of actions, how you gonna move? You got to pass the steps behind you and change. You go to the TV. Once you see it from here to there, you can call any of them. Don't jump. Go. You got to see it inside of you by moving like alphabet, bow. Now, once you see it, where else can it go? Once you see it, you can get 85,000 to do this, 3 to do this, and 5 to do this, and 8 to do that. And that same thing. But if you don't see it, how can you? You can't see it by doing it. You know, if you get the alphabet and you just do it over and over and over, you ain't never gonna see the other end. You know, the alphabet had to turn into the vowels. It's just like you. When you go into something, you got one spirit. It has to be moving. Anytime it get locked down, you know, the alarm system need to crank up. I go in and out and in and out. Been doing it all my life. Can't ever stop. You see, you won't have to go in no grave inside. But outside, you ain't got no choice. You think Whitney Houston in the grave. I beg to differ with you. You can mash that Google button right now and say, Whitney Houston, I will always love you. Watch. She's going to be doing that thing from ever, right? They're going to be an imposter in her place. See, the people out there can't get inside, but the people inside, all the movie, everything you see, how you going to see it? Where that comes from the inside? And then when one person right, the rest of them see it, they ain't gonna fit just right because it ain't gonna work but one way. But it's only the people inside can see it. You can't see it outside. You know, I mean, if you ain't in the laboratory, how you gonna see the breakthrough before they bring it out? Because you can't make nothing, you have to follow the patterns. And once you raise that, you see it from inside. You can't get a job as being a scientist trying to create something. You'll just be working all your life. You won't never get your recognition. Anyway, so where we at? We're looking
We're looking good on time.
Okay, so we said, okay, now it's like on that graph that, with them little dots in there that we was talking about earlier, where it's showing the windows open.
Graph
That
one.
means I have to be up on each of those. When I come to you, I go to that window. But if I can show you how to just come up, you not the stuff in the window. This is my character. It ain't never gonna change. No one can have this, but you can use it to see things. When you see something to do, do it. How you going? It's inside of you all the time. It's yours all the time. Now, because you didn't know it was in there, I mean, who fought that? But now that you do, and you don't explore it, who fought that?
My.
Everything in this creation, and it's gazillions of times more than you can possibly imagine, it's yours. It's inside of you. It ain't no different than the English language. Who can take it from it? Who can show you how to use it? The numbers, the color blue. Who can give it to you? Take it. Ain't nobody in there but you. Life is to be lived in there. Everything in there is good, but you can't be on the outside and see the good, can you? And you just can't walk. How you just gonna walk in a lifetime in a few weeks? Because how you gonna make up? It's 24 hours in your day, and there's 24 hours in the days that's going ahead. They ain't gonna slow down. You feel me? They ain't no way they can slow down, and you know it, right?
Yeah.
Can't let nobody con you into that, regardless of what they offer you. You know it's not true, right? So, in order for you to catch up, you got to kind of gain on it. Somebody kind of got to lift you over it. Now, that's what all those graphs do. It lifts you over to look the right way. Because you only catch up one time. It's a picture inside of you right now. You using it right now. I don't care when this is being heard. It's right now to the person because it can't change. All the things are there. All the gods and Jesus and Michael Jackson, them, they're all in the cloud. They're inside of you. They done their part. They added it. When you accept they doing inside of you, you can see it right now to do yours. But if you go and looking for theirs back at the beginning of time, according to the math, what are you going to find? It's unrolling every day. It's just a big scroll. You're going back in it to 10,000 years. What you gonna find?
From 10,000 years ago or nothing.
And then where can you place that on the other side of Jeff Bezos?
Can't.
And in order for anything to be new, which side of Jeff Bezos has got to be on? The side where he already been, or on the side where he hadn't been?
Where he hasn't been.
So now, all these things that we talking about doing here, can they possibly be new? Because they new to you?
No.
And in order to get to the newness ground, you got to go from where you are to the other side of Jeff Bezos, according to what we just said, right?
Yeah.
And so now anything you come up with, if you, this is mine, and you ain't on the other side of Jeff Bezos, can you be in the next era?
No.
But if you pass through him and you get the inside that graph inside of you, ain't you on the other side of Jeff Bezos when he got to come there?
Okay.
Now, going through these things out there in the world, is that going to get you there? You got this math, and whatever you're doing to get you with a thing on the media, you got them stacked up there too. You the only one know it. Not all the people in the planet who know exactly what happened there.
Me?
Can anybody else possibly know it?
No.
But they can know the things from the videos right down that way because they see them, right? But they don't know the pathway. Now, you don't think that there are many people out there want to have the same thing? They ain't got a clue. They're in the back room praying for, and you know that ain't no good, right?
Okay.
But you know, you don't have compassion on them. You know they've been misled. So, I mean, I don't owe nobody nothing. I'm on the very other side. And then, I all them gaps there, I've been trying to fill them with family members and friends all my life. You see what's there, right? The only one there is the mom and daddy and you. I got to do. I set it up for somebody, but when they leave me with it, you can't close the window down in the house. I ain't open yours. You did. Where it's going to always be. How can it move? The thing unfolding, the mat is unfolding. You got 30-something things stacked up that everybody got to have. Even them in the clouds, they gazillions of them in there too. But anyway, it can't change, right? And the thing, it's inside of you. Just come here when you ain't in it because you're trying to get away from out there. You ain't going to lose nothing out there. You're going to gain every damn thing. But you can't, out there, they call you out there the first time. Oh, I want to be Michael Jordan. That's what gets you. Everyone in the child follow that because somebody told him what he's seen. It's different. Like LeBron James, you can look at him as a kid and say, oh, he's going to be the next Michael Jordan. That's what they were saying, right? For the people who know, they see it. It's a character. You don't make yourself LeBron James. You're the same LeBron James like Michael Jordan. They did it when they were little. I mean, you can see it, right? You send him where you want him to go. Did you send him the exercise God's seed for him, or what you think he ought to do? When you teach, look at the people out there now, they're teaching the children what they know. Okay, now why do the children know what they know?
That's what they've been taught.
Right, but now if you let the children show you what God put inside of them. I mean, I've been inside of mine all my life. I've seen the whole thing. How in the hell is something gonna be bad? It was bad as they thought back then. As long as you back then, ain't the things gonna seem bad?
Yeah.
But if you come to now and look, shit, they people think just like everybody else, right? But back then, there was a devil, according to, and that's what they said.
Maybe.
They even said that women was the worst thing in the damn world. Wouldn't even let them vote, none of that kind of stuff. It ain't the people who on inside that say that, they with them. It's the out in the ones that can't go. The devil and his demons is in the world. They're the one telling you things are bad. Ain't that everything, all the bad things are out there in the world. Because they can't come inside. All the good things are inside of your skin. God is inside of your skin. He ain't the one you see with your ears. You got to see him with what you do. It's inside of you. Shoot, I don't know how to be out there. I don't understand people, but I've been checking them out all my life. They some kind of way they don't see it. And the main thing, they hit to give up their way. They don't understand. If you're going to accept another way, you got to lay yours down, right? When you come in towards it, when you find the other way, then you ain't gonna go back to it. But if you wanted to, I can go back to when I was 15. You can too, can't you? But you can't stay back there for real, can you?
Nope.
Because the timeline is where? Down here, wherever you are now, right?
Yeah.
The only real time in living is right now. Right now. You only can gain right now. Do you believe that?
Makes sense.
How you gonna gain from 5 minutes ago, 5 seconds ago? It's impossible, right? Okay, now can you step ahead of this time, 5 minutes and get something? It's impossible, right?
Yeah.
So you only can gain when? Right now. Whenever you do something right now, it's always done, right? And the scroll opened up on your behalf. Remember, every time you come to this YouTube page, it went further in it, right? Every time you come, it goes further, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every time you come, it goes further, right?
Yes.
Every time you do anything, it keep building on to the last time, right? Keep building on. It's trying to show you something, right? So anytime things don't go to building on to the last one, ain't that telling you something?
Yeah.
When you get them damn alphabets, you take off all your reading. Every time you do it, it keep building on to it. It keep adding to the miles. Roll, keep on rolling. Because all the things you done, they're gonna always be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they're gonna always be there and you don't turn them loose, according to the math, what is your fate?
They stuck.
Yeah, but if you turn them loose, you still got every time you see them, you know them, right?
Yeah.
And then it brighten up because you know all those others because you turn them loose, right?
Yeah.
You see the picture I'm trying to paint here? You think I'm making it up? You think it's some kind of brainwashing? You know how they say, oh, Steve Henry brainwashing shit. Kind of how to show you how to do something inside of you, that's brainwashing you. You brainwash people by showing them something that's not true. Right? How they gonna brainwash you with the truth? You got to see the truth in the gospel inside of you. You don't know when you, I want to ask you something. Can they brainwash you and make you think the color brown is blue? Once you know it in the truth inside of you?
No.
Can they brainwash you and make you think number 38 is the number J without in the numbers doctrine? I started to say without specifying every time you see this, it means 33, you know. Because you can use it that way, but you ain't just put it in there because it ain't gonna fit. Can't nothing move or change. You agree to that? You teach math. You ain't seen them numbers move one time, has it? Not a single one, right?
Right.
But you do know there are a lot of people can't even do division. A bunch of them, you know that, right?
Okay.
Look, I find out here, there are a lot of people can't count. You can go in the store sometime and get the people like 30 or 40 cents and change. People from the college. They have a hell of a time trying to match that 39 cent with the, with the facts. You know, they got them in their hand and they just, I say, dang, that's pretty rough there now. But people ain't got, I guess you ain't noticed that. You be around educators. But you'd be surprised to the people. You go to the Home Depots or Lowe's or something and hand them change. They have a pretty tough time. But I ain't been out there. I don't miss nothing. I go, hey, look, if you go, when you see people make the errors, then you know how to kind of put things out there in front of them so they can see right.
Yes.
But if you see them with an error, you just leave them with it. When you know better.
No.
Yeah, because every single soul that's outside their skin, they're all in error. You can't be, what can you do outside of your skin? Everyone out there, they have to do something from the inside to get back in. You know that, right?
Okay.
Why
You have about 2 minutes to wrap it up.
You know, like
you
see the George Floyd thing. You see the girl that takes the picture, the video. Okay, now, and all of George Floyd's families and friends, everyone that partaken in it, it changed their life forever.
Yeah.
Just a regular old nothing. It wasn't nothing there, but just the story. All these things was happening. Can't nothing happen. Listen, it's got to have a reason and purpose to happen. In other words, the stars have to kind of be aligned because everything got to fit into the graph. It's got to happen. But if it happened and you don't know it and you can't see it, what good it do? And then how can you see what's happening now if your mind is built to be back then? Is that possible?
No.
But if you come away to right now, because the only time you can do something is when? Right now. Whether it's good or wrong, it's done. But if you do it bad, it's established, right? Can't you make it right?
Okay, I'm enjoying. We are way over time, so let me stop you right there, and get into the into this recording. It's Luke 6. I'm sorry.
We ain't teaching. You know, I'm talking to you. You, my sister, I'm just talking. It's topical.
Okay, but yeah, but we're way over our time. We're way over our time. So I'll start right now.
Chapter 6. And it came to pass on the second Sabbath after the first, that he went through the cornfields, and his disciples plucked the ears of corn and did eat, rubbing them in their hands. And certain of the Pharisees said unto them, Why do ye that which is not lawful to do on the Sabbath days? And Jesus answering them said, Have ye not read so much as this, what David did when himself was an hungered, and they which were with him? How he went into the house of God, and did take and eat the showbread, and gave also to them that were with him, which it is not lawful to eat, but for the priests alone? And he said unto them, That the Son of Man is Lord also of the Sabbath. And it came to pass also on another Sabbath, that he entered into the synagogue and taught. And there was a man whose right hand was withered. And the scribes and Pharisees watched him, whether he would heal on the Sabbath day, that they might find an accusation against him. But he knew their thoughts, and said to the man which had the withered hand, Rise up, and stand forth in the midst. And he arose and stood forth. Then said Jesus unto them, I will ask you one thing. Is it lawful on the Sabbath days to do good or to do evil? To save life or to destroy it? And looking round about upon them all, he said unto the man, Stretch forth thy hand. And he did so, and his hand was restored whole as the other. And they were filled with madness, and communed one with another what they might do to Jesus. And it came to pass in those days that he went out into a mountain to pray, and continued all night in prayer to God. And when it was day, he called unto him his disciples, and of them he chose 12, whom also he named apostles: Simon, whom he also named Peter, and Andrew his brother, James and John, Philip and Bartholomew, Matthew and Thomas, James the son of Alphaeus, and Simon called Zelotes, and Judas the brother of James, and Judas Iscariot, which also was the traitor. And he came down with them and stood in the plain, and the company of his disciples, and a great multitude of people out of all Judea and Jerusalem, and from the seacoast of Tyre and Sidon, which came to hear him, and to be healed of their diseases. And they that were vexed with unclean spirits, and they were healed. And the whole multitude sought to touch him, for there went virtue out of him, and healed them all. And he lifted up his eyes on his disciples, and said, Blessed be ye poor, for yours is the kingdom of God. Blessed are ye that hunger now, for ye shall be filled. Blessed are ye that weep now, for ye shall laugh. Blessed are ye when men shall hate you, and when they shall separate you from their company, and shall reproach you, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Rejoice ye in that day, and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in the like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep. Woe unto you when all men shall speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets. But I say unto you which hear, love your enemies. Do good to them which hate you. Bless them that curse you, and pray for them which despitefully use you. And unto him that smiteth thee on the one cheek, offer also the other. And him that taketh away thy cloak, forbid not to take thy coat also. Give to every man that asketh of thee, and of him that taketh away thy goods ask them not again. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise. For if ye love them which love you, what thank have ye? For sinners also love those that love them. And if ye do good to them which do good to you, what thank have ye? For sinners also do even the same. And if ye lend to them of whom ye hope to receive, what thank have ye? For sinners also lend to sinners to receive as much again. But love ye your enemies, and do good, and lend, hoping for nothing again. And your reward shall be great. And ye shall be the children of the highest, for he is kind unto the unthankful and to the evil. Be ye therefore merciful, as your Father also is merciful. Judge not, and ye shall not be judged. Condemn not, and ye shall not be condemned. Forgive, and ye shall be forgiven. Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down and shaken together, and running over, shall men give unto your bosom. For with the same measure that ye meet withal, it shall be measured to you again. And he spake a parable unto them. Can the blind lead the blind? Shall they not both fall into the ditch? The disciple is not above his master, but every one that is perfect shall be as his master. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but perceivest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Either how canst thou say to thy brother, Brother, let me pull out the mote that is in thine eye, when thou thyself beholdest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Thou hypocrite, cast out first the beam out of thine own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to pull out the mote that is in thy brother's eye. For a good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit, neither doth a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. For every tree is known by his own fruit. For of thorns men do not gather figs, nor of a bramble bush gather they grapes. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is good, and an evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil. For of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaketh. And why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say? Whosoever cometh to me and heareth my sayings, and doeth them, I will show you to whom he is like. He is like a man which built an house, and digged deep, and laid the foundation on a rock. And when the flood arose, the stream beat vehemently upon that house, and could not shake it, for it was founded upon a rock. But he that heareth and doeth not is like a man that without a foundation built an house upon the earth, against which the stream did beat vehemently, and immediately it fell, and the ruin of that house was great.
Okay, that's the end. Thank you so much and have a wonderful afternoon. Bye.